boreholes.
Absolutely.
So I was discussing elsewhere what is the reason for the failure of the boreholes. Not that every borehole you drill will give water. So the water condition varies from place to place. Groundwater storage condition.
There is a certain survey that needs to be conducted before the drilling.
Yes,
of the
there is a method called geological method with the help of the maps and then the surface conditions and then with the help of the rocks and their characteristics. There is a method called geophysical method. So they carry an instrument called resistivity meter. They send us electrical signal into the ground, and what comes back as a response, that is plotted on a curve. With the help of that curve, we can make out at what depth water is there and how much of water is there. That is geophysical method. One more method is geohydrological method, studying the hydrogeology of that area and then coming to some interpretations, arriving at some interpretations, all put together can give a very good result. I have given some of the best points during the course of my profession. I belong to All India Service. I have traveled, I worked in...
No, Doctor, you said that it is very unlikely that they will be able to dig 160 feet and then dig a parallel tunnel. Especially, but here NDRF is saying that the soil is moist and it's not like how it was in Bijapur, it's not rocky soil. And that's the reason why they've given a deadline of 2 days. But and that is a depth of 160 feet, whereas in Akshita's case, for just about 30 feet, they took 4 days time. So do you think 160 feet is actually, 2 days is actually a time that they can finish?
That's what I told. It is beyond 3 days or 4 days. It will be difficult. And here, since it's monsoon time, lot of moisture is there in the overburden, what we call the soil horizon. Below that, shales are there. Shales also can hold water, moisture. So that is not like Deccan Traps in Nagtana near Bijapur. So here the situation is different, but going vertically in the form of a shaft, quick shaft sinking, what we call, that's a better option than tunneling horizontally, in fact. So this is a costly proposition, time-consuming proposition.
But can we do it now? Can we bring in the machines now?
No, that is available in some companies like NHPC and also in Hatti Gold Mines. They can bring it. So there are 2 meter, 3 meter diameter tunneling devices. Those are better applicable here.
Sorry to interrupt. Suppose if you use that drilling this thing parallel to this one here, there is no casing. There is every possibility of collapsing. No?
In case of vibration, blasting, the loose material can go into the hole. But in case of boring. So just boring, yes.
But there is no casing. But there is no casing. There is no casing.
No, but okay, in the first 10 or 20 feet, loose material can get disturbed. But as you go below, there won't be any disturbance. But it is at a gap, at a separation.
But it may
so
be,
about 20 feet away, about 20 feet away from the actual spot. So that may not cause much of collapse of the material into the borehole.
Then after going 20 feet away, then how to go?
Then laterally they have to make from that depth.
In fact, that took about like 1.5 days in Akshita's case.
Or from a height, they can introduce a inclination and they can read that.
So that is also a better option.
That's a better option. So such cases, actually prevention is the better option. All boreholes should be closed immediately. The drilling companies have to be told strictly that in case of any failure, they should cap it immediately.
Yeah, it should be their responsibility.
Their responsibility. And farmers also, they should consult scientists, geoscientists who are available at the district places and take the points. There are methods now, precise methods are there. They should not go for these crude methods of coconut divining, water divining, what they call, with the help of a stick, they try to locate water, or with a gold chain, with the help of coconut. All these things are crude methods. There is no scientific basis for that.
Right.
So there are geologists available at district places. They should take their help.
Absolutely. Well, we have with us Dr. R. Dharmaraju as well, who is a scientist with the Central Building Research Institute. Dr. R. Dharmaraju, your thoughts on the rescue operation so far?
No, I was in management side, disaster management.
Okay, so in this particular case, the NDRF has been involved. They have been called in almost immediately, and they're trying to rescue the child. But it is a very, very tricky situation, as Dr. Prakash has been pointing out for a while now, that it is at a depth of 160 feet, which is not less at all by any standards, and the child is just 6 years old, and the borewell is tapering. It has no casing as well, so which is making the entire situation all the more difficult. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, actually, depth is quite deep. It is really a tough one. for evacuation. It's already, evacuation work is already in progress. But as sir said, inclined kind of borehole can be done to reach the, child. That is the one way. That robot thing is not, as being successful.
Yes, that is
twice it has been
that
tried.
has failed.
It has failed, and moreover, the borehole is not having any casing, so that is also another problem. And the rocks in that particular area is mainly shales and sandstones, and they are slightly loose materials. So if it gets disturbed in any kind of manner, there are several pieces of soil or rock may fall on the baby. It may
Right.
going to
Yeah,
create a
falling on the head may
Yeah,
cause
yeah,
hemorrhage,
yeah,
in fact,
yeah.
in the brain.
So,
So such thing, loose pebbles or boulders or even small pieces, they can block the hole and also fall on the
Suffocation.
that is the
suffocation,
major threat
suffocation.
presently.
It's very difficult. As you said, the rock types are very important in every area. In some areas, deep weathering will be there, and even up to 100, 200 feet, even Nanekal and such areas, up to 500, 600 feet, loose material is there. Clay-like material is there.
Okay.
Very easy to scoop out. But in such areas, hard rocks are there.
Then if there is a water body, in certain depth level, if it mixes with this thing, there will be a lot of,
And also, NDRF and NDMA. I was a member of NDMA when I was in the Ministry of Mines in Shastri Bhavan, Delhi. I was attending NDMA meetings regularly. NDRF is geared up for managing big events. Now this Pune landslide disaster,
Pune landslide.
entire village is wiped out. They attend to such big events, earthquakes and landslides and Kedarnath situations and tsunami, big events. But such underground conditions, NDRF may not have that type of equipment and also expertise. So
we don't have any kind of expertise,
Expertise,
specifically on this field in
yeah.
India, and that is the major problem with us
we
now.
are studying the Ambagaon Pune incident. What is the reason for that landslide? My Director General has visited that spot. Actually, Deccan Traps and such areas, they are stable. But here, what has happened? It's because of human greed. They have tried to do terrace farming there.
Okay.
So that has disturbed the profile, the slope. So the entire thing has come down.
Okay.
So they should not have done that. Terrace.
Right. In fact, it is a human error to a great
Human error,
extent,
yeah.
like how we have seen in this
Yes.
case. Now, Mr. B.G. Chengappa, you have worked with the Karnataka's State Fire and Emergency Services. You've been the retired director. What is the importance of the first few hours in any accident, especially in something like this involving a little child?
Unfortunately, what happens immediately after this disaster, the local people will try all crude method to rescue the people.
But had
No,
they
I
tried?
never this thing discourage them. They
Yes.
have to do it,
Yes.
but there should be some sort of scientific approach. Then not only disaster, any disaster I am talking, the local people will try. Then only they inform the authorities. So this being a isolated area, so even the fire service vehicles took 1 or 2 hours to reach to the site. There was no approach. I mean,
Yeah.
as per the news
There was no approach
thing,
road at all.
they have formed the road through by using the JCB. Then only they try to reach the spot. Such situation is very difficult. What I advise the people should immediately inform the concerned authorities, district administration, local police, fire services. Then they should try to. In the beginning, the child was in 60 this thing.
Just 10 feet actually.
10
They
feet.
could hear him cry, and when they lowered the oxygen pipe, it is said that he pulled the oxygen pipe.
The oxygen pipe it took later. No, that is
Yeah,
all
but
the.
they, instead of along with the oxygen pipe, had they lowered a rope, probably he could have clung on to that, or
they could
some
have
sort
pulled
of
in.
a.
But
development.
that also took almost 1 or 2 hours. Oxygen pipe to reach the site. It is not that really they are in this thing.
The
Only
rope with a
fire
loop,
service will be there with
Yeah.
vehicle and equipment ready, and immediately we on receipt of the message we reach. Other authorities they have to pan and reach to the site.
Right, absolutely.
So we have attended a number of calls, but in this case it is 160 feet deep, and by that time, and moreover you can see the lot of people gathered outside. It is not necessary only those who are working should be there on the spot. It will also have effect.
And one more
Even
thing,
at a depth of
actually,
160 feet?
No, I'm talking about we are talking about the only 6 meter diameter, 6 inches diameter.
so-
there is every possibility of earth caving in, vibration, movement.
Right.
People should not go there. They should not disturb that. That area has to be barricaded. Only those who are working. Even we see that robot. There are so many people who are unnecessary interfering, so on,
Yes.
interfering the issue and giving directions. This is the problem. People should keep away.
And one more thing, in every case we try to give the solution instantaneously, but actually we'll have to go to the root of the problem actually. In any case, in case of disease also, treatment is given based on the symptoms, but what is the actual cause, we'll have to find out. The actual cause in this part of the state, North Karnataka, is there is no surface water available. There is nothing called tanks, irrigation tanks in that area, like South Karnataka. You go to any district, any village in South Karnataka, the Mysore Maharajas planned in such a way that every village had a tank, irrigation tank, and canal distribution system is there. But when you go to North Karnataka, you don't find any irrigation network there, except some major dams. And that also I am putting before the people. 30% of the water is wasted because the canals, old time canals, are not in proper condition now. The lining is gone and water is not reaching the end point. So a lot of water is wasted in seepages and it goes into the ground once again, and farmers are not getting that much of water. And the dams are getting silted up. Storage capacity is coming down, as a result of which lot of water is flowing out. That is why a lot of flooding is there everywhere in the North Karnataka rivers. A lot of water goes to the seas, and that's a waste. Instead, if they can build small dams, hold the water in Taluk place, a small dam, give that water to the nearby people. If you get surface water, the farmers need not go for boreholes, wasting lakhs of rupees. Every farmer is forced to go for a borehole because there is no surface water supply. Here in Bangalore, every house needs water. If there is no Kaveri water supply, every house has to go for a borehole. So like that, there every farmer has to go for a borehole because there is no canal water distribution in North Karnataka. I have toured and camped in several places in North Karnataka. The situation is very bad. It's utter poverty in villages, in fact, compared to South Karnataka. This is time to develop North Karnataka. There are Article 370, a lot of funds are available, and government should stop development of Bangalore. I give this message once again. Enough of development is there in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Stop it. Now more facilities you create in Bangalore, more people migrate from elsewhere.
And more problems.
And more problems will be there. Already Bangalore has become the rape capital of India, crime capital of India, drugs capital of India, whatnot. All sorts of epithets are given to Bangalore.
Right.
So enough of it, develop rural areas so that wherever people are there, let them settle there.
Right.
They may not migrate to Bangalore.
Also, Dr. Prakash, is there a better way of dealing with the situation?
See,
What
here-
they're doing, the NDRF is rigging a parallel pit, but the situation is a lot different. 160 feet is no easy task. So, is there a better way of dealing with it?
No, one suggestion is you might have seen that Helen, which was tunneling in Bangalore metro. So in underground situations, so that horizontal tunneling machine, the diameter is 6 meters. So we have smaller diameter machines, 2 meter, 3 meter diameter machines are there with irrigation, these idle projects. So they use it for tunneling pen stalks like that. So such machine should be made available for such